Um,
Am I audible? Anybody can hear me to confirm that I am communicating?
yes.
Great.
Yes, I can hear you.
Apologies for that hitch. I got held up somewhere and I got delayed, but here I am. How have you been, my brother? Nash?
It was wonderful. I had a wonderful day.
Okay.
I've had some cold, but now it is disappearing with medication. Yes, I'm okay now. I went to Milimani Capitol Hill. It's called Capitol Hill, Milimani. Land's office. And it was good. It was okay.
Okay. Have you done a hike of late?
No, not yet.
You've not done a hike?
Nobody has invited me to hike with them. You know, it needs motivation.
Okay.
Okay,
worry not. Sasa nimerudi. We are going to hike together.
Around Gong area or anywhere?
Huh?
Gong Hills?
I will let you know.
Or any place, I'll be okay.
Okay. I'll let you know. 1 minute. I'm changing my gadgets.
Okay.
The transition is complete now. Transition complete. I want to salute everyone and say good evening. How are you, everyone? And karibuni to this session. Apologies for that hitch and being late, but here I am. I want to hear something about Nairobi.
Nairobi was very cold in the morning. Hello?
You can continue, Nash. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you, Nash.
I was saying it was very cold in the morning.
Uh-huh.
In the afternoon, there was a bit of some sunshine.
Okay.
And by the time we were coming out,
Okay.
yes.
That's good.
Yeah. It was sunny by the time we were leaving.
So
it was a warm evening.
Okay.
Yes.
That's very. And how is our county? The county.
It is okay. The great county of Murang. It is okay.
Yes.
The lower parts they have harvested. The lower parts they have harvested. The lower parts, your area, they have harvested beans.
Okay.
And the maize they have eaten. But in our area, which is Kangema, the upper part,
okay,
the maize is just what do you call it? Having this small what do you call it? It's not yet 2 weeks to go.
Okay. Yes. 2 weeks mbali. 2 weeks takuja. Yeye itakuja.
Inachelewa kidogo.
No, yeah. But did it rain? There was a rain which we were waiting for so that the plants could do well. Did it come?
No. It was just mist.
Okay.
Mist passing by.
But it helped.
Yes.
Okay. You know, if people have food, most of our people are subsistence. And this is the biggest problem we have in this country, that we, 60 years after independence, we still subsisting.
Yes, that is.
It's horrible.
That is my greatest sadness.
So we, by them, our generation have let down this country because our parents did their part. They fought for independence, and we were born after independence. So we didn't get discrimination. We went to school, but after school, honestly, we were a big letdown. Yes.
We went into white-collar jobs.
But even in those white-collar jobs, if you look at what Akina Tomboya, Akina Mishuki, Akina Matiba, what those guys did, and they were in their 20s at independence. They did very well in offices, government offices. They did very well in private, in corporate. They did well in personal business, and they did well in political leadership.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, they didn't have more. They didn't.
Yeah, they didn't have.
They set a very high bar for us, but we refused. Somehow, honestly, let's call a spade a spade. My generation, we are a big letdown to this country because this is not what we should be as a country if we continued on the trajectory that was set by the pre-independence and the pre-independence generation, because they did good at a very young age. Like in the since we just think about ourselves. Okay, ukipata job, unafikiria juu ya wewe na bibi yako na watoto, alafu unasaidia wazazi ama relatives. Mambo inakuishia hapo. We are very narrow. We have got a very narrow view. We don't have anything nationalistic. We don't look at the common good. Ni wewe tu na bibi yako. No, it's a very tiny thing. I don't know what came up because, during our time, like me, I was in school in Kakamega High School. Even in school, there was no district focus. Hata masomo tulikuwa tunaenda mbali. Sasa, imagine me from Kakamega High School, I was exposed to the whole country at an early age when I was in school. That time, university only two was Kenyatta and Kenyatta University. So that's all where people are meeting. And surely, when we finished school, we retreated to personal cocoons. What happened?
Yes.
What happened?
I don't
Tell
know.
me,
Maybe
brother.
I think if you may ask me personally, I tried the best I could because the community saw us their own M-Pesas. We are being invited to Harambes every weekend. The small amount of money we used to our parents and our brothers, the community saw us as their only hope. Others, we also needed to socialize pre-weddings. I mean, our money was too much committed to social activities. Those of us
But
who went into
whose mistake? No, let me cut you. Whose mistake was it? Because you know we are supposed to show them what to do to make money.
Yes.
We were supposed to show them what they can do to make money, because our role after being educated with the taxpayers' money, in fact, is the coffee and the tea money that was paying our boom in the university. We were educated through government subsidies, but after we got finished job college, we went to work. We refused to work for our people and retreated to our own cocoons. Or what you could do is to harabe unasema. That is, by the way, that is not something we should even talk about, because they were doing that because they didn't have their own, and we are the light.
I don't know. How much was your salary per month?
No, the salary, don't talk about that. It was very low, but you see, the point is, we should have now, that should have made us work harder.
Yes.
Because, Kwani, how much were Akinamishuki being paid anyway? If you look at it, how much were they being paid? Because there's no time that the salary was reduced. Let's be honest. There's no time that the government salaries were ever reduced.
Yes.
And you can see what they did with that. Because you see, the government is an institution that runs on structures and is very predictable. And you can even go back. If you want to see the record of what was being paid by the Mukoloni and what was being paid at independence and the first government and all the way to where we are, the records are there.
Oh, yes.
You see, my question is, these guys who took over at independence, they didn't have much education like we did. We got more education than them. These guys did not have the exposure that we have. They didn't have any advantage over us. But somehow, the trajectory and the bar they set for us, we kind of refused. And retreated to play backstage. Instead of being on the podium, we went to the backstage.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened? That's actually the conversation I want us to have.
I think there was, some of us were not, this, what you have always preached here, that we did not have this entrepreneurship, because it seems that the minute you are employed, that was the end. You did not see life beyond that, because when some of us were employed, you got a 3-bedroom house, fully furnished, and a vehicle to take you from work to your place of work and back. So you did not even have the, what do you call it? You became, comfortable.
Vision. There's no vision, comfort sucks. My brother, you mentioned it. You mentioned
it. So you got a house, you got a vehicle, serikali. Sometimes you got a driver, security was there. I don't know. You become very comfortable.
I remember in my office, I had 2 secretaries. I had a shorthand typist and a copy typist. The shorthand I used just to dictate, and then she writes, and then she makes the letter and bring them to me to sign. The shorthand I had to draft and give to her to type. I had 2 of them. So you know, I was a boss. So anywhere I used to go, I was calling a driver nakuja na gari ya GK na ingia na car back left.
Dio.
Bila signing a ticket. I was signing a ticket and anipeleka where I want to go.
Yes. So even buying your own vehicle, thinking of buying your own vehicle
was unnecessary. Was unnecessary.
It was not necessary.
Kama unabeba na GK, unapeleka where you want. Hata tukirudisha watoto shule alikuwa na GK, unapewa GK na kelpeleka watoto shule. What was a personal vehicle for?
It was not necessary. It was
we slept on the job. We slept on the job. We did not help our people.
Yeah, that is the issue.
Now, what do we do now going from here? Because you see, I travel. I like traveling around the country, around the world. And wherever I
Yes.
travel, I actually engage people and I look at what they are doing, how they are doing it. And Namashanga, tulilalia wapi? What happened in this country and the way we are exposed and the way Kenyans are well prepared. You know, our education is very good, by the way. But the
Yes.
people who we are, because the Kenyans who go abroad, they do very well. Look at Gugi wa Thiong'o. Look at Professor
Yes.
Makau Mutua. Look at Kina Mishere Mugo. But they're the best universities. Our own
Yes.
people are the ones who are running the show. And they are highly respected at those places. They've got high positions in those universities. And they are educated here in Kenya. Not that walisomea huko, walienda kufundisha huko na masomo walisomea huko. East Africa, Nyerere, hapa nini, Dar es Salaam University, Makerere, University of Nairobi. And now, to me, I always feel the pain that we didn't rise to the occasion. And I would want us to diagnose and see where we lost it. Because honestly, our children should not take the same trajectory we did. What do you think?
Yeah. I think I agree with you. I don't know whether it is a neighboring environment, because today I was reading the newspapers. That people like this Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, even South Africa, even sometimes Malawi, all these leaders, they used to come here and copy, take Kenya, what do you call it? Benchmarking.
Benchmark Kenya.
And benchmarking on Kenya. But Kenya, it seems we are educated very highly, but then following implementation, something went wrong with what do you call it? Is it the education or the top executives? Our politics, something went wrong. That's all I'm saying. Because personally, I think I was doing very well, but you could see something was not right. You could not be promoted because on account of your ethnicity. Because if other people who came from other places. So as a result, you had a persecuted kind of mindset that you'd work hard, but you did not expect somehow to. What do you call that? Where you are working, but somehow you are overlooked when other people are being promoted to some other. Because once you've decided that you are a career person, like say Matiang'i and the rest, you know, it is really demotivates someone.
Well,
that's all I have to say for them.
Let me hear from somebody else. Let me hear from somebody. I can see, Arab Chege, how are you? Arab Chege? Talk to me, Arab Chege. Isaac Chege, Isaac, good evening. Isaac, we want to have a very honest talk, because it's by accepting that we have not done what we could have done. We are capable of doing, that we are going to change the trajectory. If we are in denial, if we are still in our comfort, and we think what we have is good and is all what you can get, then we will not change. But the moment, because I keep on inviting, you see, like now, I started inviting people. Nash, you can remember, I started inviting people for the trip, for the US trip this summer in September last year. And I gave people how to earn the money to pay for the overheads. But they refused. Alikata, you know, Kenyans don't like traveling. They like just staying here. Sometimes I wonder now, this comfort because they are middle class, because that's my constituency. There are people I talk to. And you come, by the way, you can see now we are 15 of us. So we, not that you don't come, not that you don't listen. Look at my WhatsApp chat. On WhatsApp, I've got more than 500 people on WhatsApp. One chat. Na niko na nyingi. Look at my Facebook. Watu wako. And I know the kind of brains that I attract. But now the question is action. Because one thing I know is that most people are having challenges with money. And that's why I came up with an affiliate program that is able to generate money. I set up Azima Academy, which multiplies opportunities. And surely, when I pay 2,000 per session of 2 hours, and you earn 2,000 per one session, this one from 8 to 10 p.m. or early in the morning. Today at 4 a.m. I was in class. In fact, I'm paying somebody in the US. Those who are in the class today with me here, they're all Kenyans. All students were Kenyans. But the lecturer who was training us was in Arizona, US. So instead of money coming from US to Kenya, now we have a reverse role that Azima is now paying money from Kenya to people who are in the US, and even the laws of nature. Things flow from high concentration to low concentration. Like if I can't get people who can be able to take up those positions, what do? I pay whoever comes in. So today in the morning at 4 a.m., we were in class with somebody in Arizona training our class, and only one student from Marusha in our class, only one. All the others are Kenyan. So they wake up at 3:30 so that they are in class at 4 a.m. And the trainer comes in from the US. She trains and I pay the money in the US. Now the question I ask myself is, sasa, ni nini watu wangu? And if you earn just that 2 sessions, by the time you leave home at 6, you have earned 2,000. Today is Monday. Tomorrow she'll come again. By Friday, she'll have earned 12,000 from 10,000 from me, from Azima. 12,000 for one session only. Then put that times 4 weeks in a month. And some of my trainers are doing 2 shifts. They do one lesson in the morning before they go to work. They do another one in the evening, now this evening hours after work. So they double that. So in a month, 96,000. And that's what I was saying, that don't worry. If you have a mortgage, I understand. It's okay, I know. If you have got a car loan, I understand. If you have got school fees, mini loans, I understand. I'll show you how to make the money to travel. It's not from your current budget. I want you to make money outside your normal systems so that when you're traveling, you don't have the pain. And I'm not even telling you to go outside. You earn it from Azima, not outside. Hello. Right now, if you go to azimainstitute.com, we have only 6 programs which have been able to upload. We have 30 programs which are already properly made, 30. And already we have 47 programs which have already tabulated. So from the 30, we don't have people to do content to upload on the website. Content creators. I keep on asking content creators. The 6 which I have are the one are hiring lecturers from all over. One lecturer is from Zimbabwe. I have one from Ghana. I have 3 in America. And I'm paying money outside. Sasa mina shida. And I keep on advertising. I keep on middle class. I'm paying a lot of money. You see now, you see videos. Go to my YouTube. Even go to Azima and then those YouTubes. I pay the cameraman to take the videos. I pay the editor, the one who is going to edit the videos. I pay the graphics, the person doing graphics, to get a video clip, even for 1 minute. The TikTok. A lot is happening behind the scene. And the cameraman also hires some of them tell me to hire for them the video camera because they don't have cameras of their own, but they are good with the camera. They can take good pictures, but they don't have a good camera. So they tell me who lease the cameras. I pay the camera and I pay the mics and I pay the lighting. Somebody earns money from that, from Azima. Then the person who comes to make to record, he earns money. Then he hands over what he has recorded to the video editors. If you look at our video clips, they have got graphics so that it's informative. They're informations. So we stimulate them with information, which is going towards explaining what message you want to pass across. They are the graphics designers who are earning from us. Then we get to the YouTube. Then we get to the videos. We get to the Facebook. Hello. We are multiplying opportunities, but you see, people are reluctant. Right now, I got the money to record our one of the program we are doing, like on caregiving. The videos that we are using are American, and you know the American accent. There are many Kenyans who cannot be able to follow it up because of the accent, dialect. So we want to record our own. We also want to bring down caregiving, not to be elitist. So we want it to be done in Kiswahili as well. At a vernacular, kama in Oro, it may take 20 years, it's still thriving. It's making money. Kameme, Shoro, na zingine. Kuna kina Mosi FM, sijui kuna Ramogi FM, nini, vernaculars. You can actually do videos in vernacular. But Kenyans don't even want to learn how to communicate effectively. You get a Kenyan to speak, what they do, they regurgitate. I normally ask Kenyans, hello, do you watch TV? Do you see how those people speak? And when you want me to pay you, and you can't be able to speak articulately. Hello. I can't explain what it is about the middle class in this country. Look at the global standard. We're in a globalized economy now. With the internet now, we are judged with the same global standards. But somebody wants you to take them the way they are. Instead of them improving to become better in this space, they want Azima to lower their standards to accommodate them from where they are. Hello? How? Where? People apply for our jobs, and we have got clearly, we have got a template. We have a template. We evaluate, and it is not ours. It is a standard in public speaking. Most Kenyans talk. Talking and speaking are not the same thing. Talking and speaking aren't the same thing. But they want me to hire them and pay them to do what? To lower our standards. Hello? Money is there on the table. The money will go to the one who can deliver anyway. There's no two ways about it. The money goes to the one who can deliver value because you are paid for bringing value to the marketplace. Value. So the value that you bring is the one that determines how to take home. But tunataka uajiriwe tupewe job kama mshahara, unajua unapewa 60,000 ama 150,000, unapanga maisha yako yote na hiyo. Yet you can actually earn that money on one gig. Unaitwa corporate gig, moja tu unapewa 200,000. Speaking is a career that pays most money. Just speaking, honestly. I don't know. I don't understand. How much does Caroline Motoko charge to go and do a corporate gig? Let's go for 1 hour anyway. 40 minutes, 1 hour. Maina Kageni. Mwalimu Kingangi. How much does PLO Lumumba charge to go and headline a meeting? To give an opening remark? To give a talk in conferences? He's now known more for his speaking engagements than from his professorship in the university or his arguing cases in court. Nigerian court, Dr. Wale comes from Nigerian, come here. He's running Kenya's corporate like he's the king. Pepe Minabo. Kenyans, we have a problem, honestly. Iko shida hapa. Look, this guy called Vusi. Who knows Vusi here? Vusi de Bekoero from South Africa. Very young guy, he's 37 years, 37. Hello? Everybody hearing me?
Yes.
Honestly, can we have an honest discussion? Because honestly, we cannot continue this way. Then our children, I'm sorry to say this, I've done an analysis. Our children are even lower than us. They are actually going lower than where we are. Because even personal confidence, they don't have. They don't. I'm doing mentorship. I'm mentoring in our church. I left Islam, I came back because actually I looked at what's happening in the Christian churches. And that is a society that is around me. Even when I became a Muslim, my social life was still within the Christian community. And I actually thought God did not mean me to serve the Muslim nation. Because you can't force yourself into a different society. You don't choose your neighbors. When I bought land, the people who came and bought next from me, I didn't choose them. So somehow I actually found that the people who were around me, they didn't want to become Muslims. So I decided instead of sticking as a Muslim, the better thing is that I go back to Christianity. And I was seeing what is happening within a Christian nation. I didn't like it. Now, in my church, I'm doing mentorship. And I can tell you that there's a very big gap in confidence, personal confidence. And without it, you can go nowhere. Nowhere. And that's it. It's our children. Failed parenting. I started a program on parenting last year when I went to the US, and I got an 8-year-old girl, 8-year-old girl with 3 businesses. 3 businesses. Her account, she had 2,996 US dollars in her account. Money she had put in, and the business was that she had stock. That's money she was going to deposit, then she asked for the balance in the bank. If you multiply that with the Kenya money, 2,996, you can see how much, but 9 years. But she was 8 years that time. This year she's 9 years. In April this year, there was a nini in Florida, US. There was a business that nini show for youngsters below 10 years. And she was there with her business, 2 of her businesses. I look at that parenting and what you are doing here. Hello. And when I tell people to travel with me and I show them how to get money to travel, they don't want. Sijui ni employers wenu wabaya wanamnyima ruhusa, ama ni mabibi zenu wanawanyima ruhusa, ama mabibi mnanyima ruhusa na mabwana. There's something that is not happening here. So what should we do? That is a question. Where should we start? Because something got to give. We can't continue this, honestly. Or as even assume that things are okay. Because they aren't. They aren't. So this is something that I want us actually to think about and discuss very openly. Because this time, apana. There's so much money actually in the air. And I came up with so many opportunities from the US. But again, if you cannot even take the ones that I'm giving, just teaching. No, we prepare content. We prepare content creators. What you teach is not you who is going to prepare. Content is prepared for you. So what you're going to do is to do presentation. But you don't come to teach. In Azima, you don't teach, we train. We train. So I'm just asking for trainers to come and actually do our content. Because again, in this life, there's so many different versions of anything. If you're talking about financial empowerment, there are so many versions. So which versions are we going to go with? And because people, when they are buying into our program, they buy depending on what I have been marketing to them. When you come to train in Azima, you'll train our content so that at least I can be held responsible. I don't allow people to come in with their own. You come and train what we've come up with. If it's about health, preventive health, there are so many versions, so many. Even when talk of losing weight, there are so many versions of how you lose weight. There are so many types of diets. So we have got our own, we have developed, and we have tested it. It has worked. So when you come to Azima, yes, you have to do ours. You have to agree to do ours. Even when you're contracting, that is one of the agreements we sign. And we'll give you the content for 2 weeks before you present, and we pay you. If you can create content, not everybody can speak, by the way. Accepted. Create content at your own time with your computer, laptop, or phone, or whatever. Create content, we pay you. Create script that the videos, the performers will come and perform the videos, then they are recorded, then the idea says go for TikTok and YouTube, and we pay you. As simple as that. Hello, no graphics. And you can actually go to YouTube tutorials and learn from there. I created an affiliate program. In fact, I made a list of 24 companies in Kenya which are doing affiliate programs. That all what you need to do is to sign up, promote their products, and you earn. Tap, and you go. Opportunities galore. Opportunities kwa wingi, ziko nyingi. Lakini uptake ndio problem. Sasa nikuwapatia the America. I'm going to share the American ones. Lakini let's first start from home. In Kikuyu, they are saying that ulalations start from home. Ulalations. Now, I invited you, we go to America, mulilenga. Nikaenda, I found the economy there, wacha tu. Things there are on another level. On another level. By the way, I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe. I've been going to America since 2016 summer. Only 2020, 2021, I didn't. Last year I was there. And I can tell you that post-COVID America is very different from pre-COVID America. I can say for a fact that that economy is going to take a new trajectory. It will shoot in a very big way. And this is the reason. Those guys have developed robots. They were going to start factories in China and Malaysia and Huko because of cheap labor. Now it's not cheap labor, it's zero labor because it is not human beings doing it, it's robots doing it. So why go and start factories na huko? And it's not you. And the reason why they were going there is because of they go in China, they make the items, wanaleta iPhones. Wanatengenezea huko alafu na kodega zinaletwa America. Because America is a very huge market. 336 million people and all of them are in the middle class. 336 million people. Middle class. They have got purchasing power. They have every country got to sell their products in America. Can't you know America market? So what is it? What can we do? Please, can you mute? Somebody is making noise. Somebody's noise is filtering through the room. Please put off your mic. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. So now, I want us to jump in. We are doing warm up, and I hope now we are 17 of us. Just to get started officially, you want to start officially? Who is going to be my co-host? I need a co-host. I'll give you three opportunities in America. I'll give an outline, a highlight. Then I'm going to give you 3 opportunities you can tap into. No, I was going to meet the Kenyans in diaspora. Our president said that he wants to increase the diaspora remittances from 500 billion to 1 trillion. That is doubling. And I can see that he's focusing on taking people to Saudi Arabia. The Arab world, well, sawa, lakini communication is very important. Personally, I prefer to work with people who speak the same language with us. English is actually a universal language. But then there are the places that is spoken, the Commonwealth countries, former Commonwealth countries. You know, America was a colony of Britain like Kenya. So we have the same language. UK, America, Canada, UK, Australia, these are good countries to be in. India also to some extent. India, they speak English, though some of them, they speak their own language very much. But we are good. So you see now, in fact, the best economies in the world are in countries that speak English. In Africa, out of the 54 countries that we are in Africa, 27 of them speak English as the first language of instructions. Out of the GDP of Africa of 3.6 trillion pre-COVID, 2.7 trillion are in the 27 countries that speak English. France did not promote the countries which were their colonies. At least, at least the economies in the countries that were British is better than. Not that it's that they're doing so well, but they're better than those which were colonized. by France and those other two colonies. You know, France was Britain became the main after the Second World War, and you see now the way it happened, Hitler. Germany did not have much. Belgium did not have so many. Kido, some pockets. But honestly, the countries that have got a vibrant middle class, they're in English-speaking countries. Even those who are in French-speaking countries, the top level, they speak English. Look at Ethiopia here. Ethiopia University, they teach in English. Up to Form 4, they do their own language. You know, Ethiopia was not colonized. At least them, they don't have that hang up. Kama sasa sisi zingine. Lakini ikifika university, they teach in English. Again, English is the global language. Is a global language. Look at internet. Internet relies on English language. So there's a big advantage, even though it's a colonial language. Look at Jack Ma. Jack Ma thrived in business because he knew English. The other Chinese companies who are even better than his, he outdid them because he knew English. So there are advantages that you can actually draw from some of these things. We have the advantage. Our starting point is Missouri. Lakini, how are we leveraging? I'm waiting for my co-host. Who's going to be my co-host? Tendet. Tendet. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tendet. Let me give you the co-hosting. That is good. You know, this is what we want. We want Kenyans of courage, people who offer. They offer themselves to do this. Thank you. Say hi to us, Tendet. Say hi to us.
Hello.
Tendet.
Good one.
Talk to us.
Huh? I'm Tendet. In Nairobi. I'm a nurse by profession.
Oh.
I've done the American nursing license exam, the NCLEX. I'm just waiting for the process to proceed. I'm at the test complete, and I'm interested to take this journey. It's not like I've achieved that and it's the end of everything. No, it's just the beginning of everything. So thank you for the opportunity. And I'm also attending this session as the very first one. I've never attended any before. So I'm willing to learn.
Congratulations. So congratulations. And karibu sana. Hey, I'm excited to hear that. Because actually that is one area that I feature strongly there. So I'm helping Kenyans, nurses who want to go to the US. I have an agency that is in Delaware in the US, and they have opened a branch here in our Westlands. They are facilitating nurses to go to work in the US. They are organizing for the training of necklace exam and the transition. And they even
actually, I train for NCLEX. I just train and then offer to different agencies. I do not have my own agency to do the recruitment, but I prepare them for exams. I prepare and coordinate for their travel to the exam centers, either in South Africa or in India. In South Africa, we have an individual, a Kenyan, actually on MSEC, he's minor. He organizes for accommodation. So we have a subsidized rate for our Kenyan nurses that go through my hands for training. So it's a whole lot of networking.
How much does the whole process cost? How much does it cost?
Okay, I have a breakdown of the whole thing I can share with you, but it all depends with the dollar rate per day. So it's indicated in dollar. So
roughly like now when the dollar is 150, around how much?
Per 150 is around 400. It will cater for everything, include until the point of testing. You're done with testing, 400 is fine.
Then you add now the air tickets and everything.
Yes.
That's extra.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. That is very good, and it is important for people to know that things are happening. The opportunities are there, by the way. The good thing is that opportunities are there.
If you send yourself. You don't wait to be. You have to send yourself. Inaitwa kujituma. So you have to be proactive. You have to see the loophole and you have to grab it. That is all.
Very, very good. And that's why for me, when I went to the US, I actually realized that there's another opportunity that apart from taking the skills, trained skilled people to the US through that channel, there's the unskilled workers who don't have so many requirements because they are regarded in what chini. If your training it takes less than 2 years, you go to the US as an unskilled worker. And that's why, because I am actually in the health sector, I decided to get in at the CNA level. So what we are doing, I got a college. I went to college in the US and I got certified as a nurse assistant. I requested the director of the college to give me trainers. He agreed. We started training. He certified them, give them the US certificate, then get them jobs with his certificate. Then that is what we are using now to get to show the embassy that we have the qualifications to work in the US. And he also organizes for the job appointments. So once they get the job, the next is good because it's another level. That is a skill and they are paid. Like now when I was in the US, I was saying that the lowest they are paying for a nurse at RN is about $80 per hour. 80, some of them 120 per hour. See, that CNA is being paid about 20, 25, 30 there per hour. So if you go as a nurse, is good. But you can also start as a CNA and scale up. You can also scale up. So the opportunities are there. So I decided because my role is to help Kenyans to break the cycle of poverty. Those who want to get employed, because not all people can go into business. They get a good job, which is going to pay them good money. In the US, they pay per hour, not per month. Per month, poverty inakuwa mingi. Yeah, pay $20, $10 per hour, 2-hour session, $20. Then if you multiply that, it comes to 48,000. Walipo wanalipwa 32,000. Naona hata nurses vile wanalipwa starting salary. Naona advertisements jobs hata it's horrible. Government is paying interns, the graduates 20,000 for 30 days. Nashindwa ukigawa per hour, how much money do they pay per hour? Honestly, because if they are saying that if you're a graduate teacher, they're paying you 20,000, the new 7% increase, wao walikuwa cut off, and they're earning 20 in a whole month. Hello. Iko shida. And that's why for me, I believe that we need to break down the structures we've been operating around, because they are not sustaining today's life. They can't sustain. We need to change. And because there are gigs which are paying per hour, or you can just, now for us, if you make a flyer, if like the flyer I was inviting people with, I don't make those things. I just pay people. Those one I pay $500 per each flyer. I've got people who earn from me for making those flyers. If you go to a website, you see all those graphics works which are there in the website. I pay. So you earn money from us. All those videos, I don't do the videos personally, unless the one I'm speaking and I'm being recorded. The other ones done by other people. I'm not the one who do them. Even when I'm the one performing, somebody has to record it with the camera. I'm not a cameraman. I pay. They have got to be edited. The video editor, I pay. There's a lot of money. Like we just want kuajiliwa tupewe mshahara mwisho wa mwezi. Those guys I can assure you that I'm paying them more money per month than professionals earn in this country. And I mean professionals. Wakutajika. See, professionals wakutajika, engineers, doctors, lawyers. The amount of money that the guys who are doing my gigs are earning per month. In fact, I pay them every week. Like now today we are paying. Any work done in a week, you do the invoice on Friday. When you do the invoice on Friday, you are paid on Monday. So we pay every week for gigs. Then there are those who work for us on contract. You do a job, ukimaliza unalipwa hiyo. You do a job, ukimaliza unalipwa hiyo. So depending on what kind of contract you're taking. And that is just me as an example, because I like doing something so that when I'm talking about it, I'm in it. Then in my circle, we are many of us who are doing the same thing. And this one we outsource, even from America. When I was in America, by the way, I don't know if there's a guy called Ronald here. He was one who was even doing my graphics works. I'm in the US, he does my graphics works here. He sent them on a WhatsApp or email. Then I get them to the printer in the US. They print, but the design is done here. So the money is still being earned here. Very simple, because in America, like Office Depot, they don't do design work. Well, they have computers. It's do it yourself, DIY. Ukienda huko, unaambiwa uingie kwa computer, uende design, then you send, they'll print for you, lakini, because they have no workers. Hakuna wafanyikazi. So I was asking my guy in Nairobi, he do the design work, then send to me on email. Then I go to the Office Depot. I go and send that email to the system the way they have described the stages. They print. Support system, but everywhere. And so many people in the US would be happy to give Kenyans the work because Kenyans are good in English. And it just shown what you need to do and do it the way it's expected. And I can assure you that money will keep flowing. Kenyans in diaspora ni wengi. On 8th of July in Baltimore City, we were more than 1,700 Kenyans in one park. 1,724 in one park. Hello. And you could see people who are doing good. So long as you want to work, because there are so many things that you can do, either from home, working remotely, or going to a job. Anything that you want to do in the US, mambo si mbaya. And Kenyans are hardworking. These hours we waste on the road tukienda kwa jam. Asubuhi na jioni huko unalipwa because hakuna jam huko. Hakuna. And they pay per hour. You clock unalipwa 3 hours uko kazi. Na unabembeleza wewe you do more hours sababu hakuna wafanyikazi wa kutosha. So unabembelezwa usongeshe. You work more hours so that you can get paid more. So Tenet, the floor is yours. We need to do a prayer so that you can get started. I can see here we are 9 now. Actually, I wanted us to get to 9. So we were doing warm up because a long time, by the way, we've not done this. When I was in the US, I tried to organize myself, but there were so many activities. I really wanted to get to homes where I can be able to send my nurses, my CNAs, because I cannot send them to places I don't know also. It will be a blot on my reputation. I like making sure that anything I do, I'm sure, double sure, that it is right. So I didn't want to just process people and send them. I have had many issues about people who went abroad expecting to get things very good there. But when they got there, things were different. I made it my commitment to first go to the places that I will be sending my people. I go and do a survey. I see how it is. Then we also agree so that they also don't get exploited. You never know. I've had agents exploiting the people they have taken in, especially those who take people to the Arab world. It's not been very good. And because my work is not I'm not an employment bureau. Some people think I say I'm not employment bureau. I also don't do travel. By the way, I don't book a ticket for anyone. My daughter books for me, and I have a traveling agent. So when I'm moving, I tell you, I just go online, choose which airline you want to go with, then you pay that. For me, I just give you the schedule that my partner in the other side, this is the week he'll be waiting for the CNAs. They book for them the exam, the state exam, because you must do a state exam. Then after that, now you've been given a job in this place. So I do those logistics, but I don't do travel. Hiyo ni yako. Hata ikifika wakati wa kuitisha visa, we just we check the documents, then we launch. Ikifika kulipa wewe unaenda bank deposit pesa. Vile American wanasema, ama ukilipa na pesa ni wewe. We don't want your money because that is not our work. We don't do that. People are asking me, in America, at how much is the package? Hakuna package. Mimi nikitaka kwenda na BA. Nikitaka kwenda na business class, si lazima uende na business class. Unaweza enda na economy. Utafika tu ndege itaanguka at the same time. Sitafika mbele sababu niko business class na ufike nyuma. Tuko pamoja. So depending on which airline you want to go by, according on what area of the plane you want to be carried in, hiyo ni yako. Wewe utajua. So long as tufike America at the same time. Na tunafika same time, airport ni moja, tutaingia pamoja, tutashuka pamoja. So I do not want to limit anyone. I don't. So hiyo ni yako. Because I also have my own things. I was going to market Azima. I was not going at tupeleka wewe. I was going to market Azima. Lakini tunaenda pamoja. We go together. So for me is why go alone? Invite other people. And I invite even my haters because, some of those haters might even decide not to hate me. Because some people don't hate you because we're in buyer. And you cannot lack haters. So I invite kila mtu. Hata haters kuja twende. Wanaweza ona mazuri waanze kuona nafikiria Azimio si mbaya sana sababu mimi alifanya nikapata hii. So I'm courageous enough to bring anyone. And that's why I put it open. I did several Zoom talks here to explain the opportunities there and how to qualify and what you need to prepare and how to apply for the visa. And I offered myself to get in. There's somebody who I work with, and he's the one who I've shown how to prepare those documents. I launch until they are correct. And everything is matching. That's what we do. So, and I do it for free. Now, for me, my role is simple. I want to make poverty and unemployment a choice, and not a sentence as it is today. That's what God sent me this way to do. And I want to do it properly. I'm doing this for legacy. Mimi sina watoto nafundisha. Watoto wangu walimaliza shule. Nimejenga. Niko na pesa mimi na bibi yangu tunaweza kula during retirement. Niko na passive income inakuja hata alikuwa US. I was still earning money nikiwa US. Najua US sasa hivi wanaamuka. So I was having fun but wakati tumelala huko ndio mko kazi sasa hiyo. So you are working here and I'm earning money inaingia kwa account. Nikiamka asubuhi nikiangalia nikienda online nikifungua my bank account naona ile pesa iliingia. Kama leo ni Monday sasa hii tumekuwa tukifanya kazi mchana, watu wa Yesu walikuwa wamelala. Sasa hiyo naamka asubuhi ukifungulia account unaona okay. Hii pesa iliingia leo. Na huko umelala. It's good for money to become ting umelala. You are snoring lakini ting inaingia tu. See? So it's not a bad thing. Iko sawa. And so now like when the more older you grow, your needs inapunguka na pesa nayo inaingia mingi. So I don't know. So ukiangalia health yako vizuri, ukue bado uko sawa, unaweza enjoy maisha sababu usumbuki sana, hata pressure ni kidogo. Si kama wakati unalea, ukilea iko mambo mingi, the donkey years. So hizo ukiondoka hizo pande ile nyingine si kubaya sana. But we want to empower you to get enough money that you don't live a limited life in your young age, in your middle age. Because depending on salary, income, your monthly salary, I want us to change earning salary to earning per hour. And we will start with the hours that you don't get paid. Because if you are at 8 to 5, you have got very many hours from 4 a.m. up to 8, and very many other hours from 6 to 10 p.m. And Kenyans, that's how we operate. In fact, most Kenyans, they wake up early ndio waweza kufika town mapema na jam. Alafu hiyo mawaza hakuna mtu analipa wao. Kwa ofisi wako wanatoka 5 tena jam tena nyingine kabla afike nyumbani. All those hours by the way kabla kule walale ni saa 4. So those are the hours I want you to be engaged doing productive work either here or out there. You can work from here and earn dollars. Actually, I help people here to earn US dollars when they're here. You earn US dollars when you're here. Why not? So these are the things. Making poverty and unemployment a choice. You can decide utaki kuajiriwa. It's okay. Unajua kuna watu, I'm a Catholic by the way. Najua kuna sisters, kuna brothers, kuna fathers. Employment wanasema hapana. Hao wanatumikia Mungu. Kuna watu wengine pia nao, well, that does not mean much to them. Unajua hao watu wa church, especially Catholics, they don't own anything. even when they work, even some of them are lawyers, some of them are lecturers, some of them are professors, but the money they earn is not even theirs. They go to the organization that they belong to. That's a choice. That's why I say a choice, not a negative, in a negative way. You can decide. But where if your dunia is not what you are going to go for, you go for other things. Hata hauna family, una decide hautaoa, hautakuwa na watoto. You don't have property under your name. You don't even have ethic property ya kuhand over. Proverbs 13:22, at a good father leaves an inheritance to their children, hauna children. It's a choice also. Si lazima upate watoto. Nani alisema lazima? You can decide not to. Mimi nilicide kupata na nilipata. Kwa hivyo niko na mali ya kupatia wao, because the Bible also says that. Lakini ukidecide hautaki watoto, pia ni sawa. So it's a choice. I'm pro-choice. Lakini si ile LGBT. I don't support LGBT hata kama ni choice. Hiyo hapana. Lakini hiyo mambo zingine I let people choose. Nilikuwa nimechoose kuwa Muslim, na nikakuwa Muslim, kabla watu wapika kelele, nikabia it's my choice. I also made a choice, nikabia Muslims I'm going back to Christianity. And it's my choice. I want to go back where I came from. So I'm pro-choice also. Wakati tuko na chaguana, mimi naitwa Azimio by the way. My name is Coach Maina Azimio. Those who don't know me, Ted, can you pray for us? You start.
Okay, let us pray. Our Father, we come before you this evening. I want to thank you, Lord, for the opportunity that you've given us to be alive today. We don't take it for granted. Thank you for this online family that we're trying to build together. We're trying to work together, and that we are grateful because we are here because of your will. We are not here by coincidence. We are not here by accident. It's that your will that, Father, we're here today and we put our knowledge together for our own good. Above all, oh God, I want to remember our families. We commit them into your able hands, that God, you continue protecting them. You continue giving them good health, oh God. Thank you for this session as we begin it, dear Father. We say that you're going to start with us, and as we even put it to an end, God, you're going to still be with us. We pray that, God, you have mercy and grace in whatever we're planning, that we see it to a completion for honor and glory of your name. Thank you for this evening. Bless everyone that is here. Bless even those who didn't manage to attend. Give them grace that, God, next time they would be here as well. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. And I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of you into today's session. Once again, we've been catching up. I've been sharing. I have been ventilating. I wanted to ventilate a bit so that I can be able to give my presentation for today. I made a promise that I will share opportunities in the American economy. And I want to do that. So before I do that, I want to take a cup of water. My co-host, you can be asking people there to state their expectations so that I'm also able to meet the expectation. Kindly do that for me for 2 minutes so that I take a cup of water. By 9:15 we start. I'm only going to be with you for 20 minutes and be able to finish my 5 minutes each. Then we'll have question and answer session and discussion thereafter. Co-host?
Thank you so much, Coach. I want to take this opportunity to give all of us an opportunity, one at a time, to maybe list or just mention briefly on expectations for this particular meeting. So I'll be putting down on paper as well. So if you're ready, you can raise your hand, then I'll point out on you. You give us your expectation, then we move to the next one. Anyone ready? Anyone willing? Your expectations? You can raise your hands. Anyone? Do you want me to leave it open, or I can pinpoint on individuals to give us their expectations? Which one is the best way?
Someone has just raised the hand. If you can check. Someone has just raised the hand.
I can see on my side. Who's there? Your name, please. If you raised your hand.
I can see Nash raising the hand.
Okay, let's start with that one, that particular one. Nash, you can start. Yes, Nash, I've seen your hand. Please proceed, unmute, and then you're able to be heard. Welcome.
Just to learn, just saying to learn what our coach has for us this evening.
So it's basically open for learning tonight.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Nash.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Who's next? Anyone else who's ready to maybe mention their or list their expectations? Who else is ready to give us the expectation? We only have one from Nash. Who's the second person? Anthony, Nick, Lawrence, Peter, do you have any particular expectation aside what Nash has mentioned?
Anthony here. My expectations would be just to know after COVID, I think most people seem to be having challenges on how to navigate after this COVID times. So what are the opportunities which are there based on final experience and his visit to US? I think you can share tricks how to maneuver and get about the water. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Anthony is talking about how to navigate post-COVID after the financial crisis that came about and what opportunities are available. Okay, I've put that one down. Thank you so much, Anthony. What is the next one? Who else is ready? Who else is ready? Who else is ready? Please, you can just raise your hand so that we are orderly. I choose it one person at a time. Any other person? Robert? Peter? Alex? Anyone?
I am back. I am back. I've already taken my water. So let me take my floor.
Okay. Thank you. So far, I've had only two people. I've had Nash and Anthony. The rest have not spoken. I tend to assume that they have a similar expectation to these ones that we have had from the two. Thank you so much. So you can continue.
Please tell me, brief me. I went out to take water, so at least now you can tell me what they asked for.
Nash is in. That was the first individual to raise their arm. Nash is talking about being open to learn anything from you tonight.
Okay. The next one. The next one. Hey, my co-host has gone down.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm saying the same.
You're coming and going. I think you are.
How people are navigating.
How people are navigating? Can the other people hear her? Maybe it's only me who is maybe the problem is on my side. Can you hear her?
You're breaking. You're breaking.
breaking.
I can hear you guys. Yeah, you're breaking up, but I can hear you now. So the second person, the second person is Anthony. Anthony talked about the financial compromise that happened during COVID times, and he wants to know the navigation that is there and wants to know also about the available opportunities to be grabbed. So those are two people who raised their hands to just give us about their expectations during this meeting.
Okay, thank you. Can you check on the chat? On the chat, we see what anybody who has maybe asked on the chat.
Okay. There is one person, there is one about my expectations. I'm expecting a good guideline on how to tap in the US market, give a link to an existing site to try from, even others apart from caregiving. So particularly this person is not on the caregiving side. So are you able to advise on the same?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Alex also wrote about, there's another one that just came in from Alex Mbogo. His expectations are to get guidelines on how non-skilled workers get opportunity in the US and the procedures entailed. Those are the two on the chat side.
Okay, thank you very much, and karibuni sana all of you, and I salute you. Anthony, good evening, Anthony.
Yes, my friend Maina. I'm okay. I'm here in Mombasa.
I'm happy to hear you, my friend. Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah, thank you. I'm coming to Nairobi and I'll come and see you.
Karibu sana. I'll be happy to meet you and that tukule chai pamoja.
No problem. Thank you.
Now, I want to jump into the main topic for the day. I will, for the people who have not been interacting with me, I will not do an introduction because time imeenda, and you will know me better. I want to say welcome for the today's session. I had mentioned that my mission is simple. I'm working for Legacy now, and I want to ensure that in Africa, starting with Kenya, this thing called poverty and unemployment are a thing of the past, or the choice. And I looked through the world and I found that the US is that's the situation they're in. The US import workers because there are more jobs there than the doers. They import jobs, the workers. That's why they give green cards. It's a way of importing jobs into the economy. Now there are so many jobs, digital jobs, they're doing a lot of outsourcing. And that's what I've been saying, and I've been helping people. And I've been telling you, earn US dollars when you're here. You don't need a visa to earn US dollars. And I did very many of those talks before June. And I connected people to several opportunities, those who have the skills. I decided to start my online platform so that I'm able to test. Because again, you don't forward somebody who just say mdomo, and they can't even deliver any value. How they are doing is just mfano, and they want to be paid. By who? Why? By the people they don't waste time. So they don't want people who have been filtered. So I test your capacity, your ability to deliver. If you can't deliver for me, don't expect me to forward you to another person. You'll be a bother. You'll be a problem. So if you can't drive my car and you want me to recommend you to become a driver in mtu mwingine, how can that be? Surely, honestly, if I can engage you in Azima Academy, in Azima Institute as a trainer, and you want me to recommend you at you can train America, how now? Honestly, how? So sometimes I get disappointed because people expect wapewe tu. Things don't work that way. Honestly, it doesn't. So tuelewane na tuheshimiane. So manage your expectations. Be realistic. So you can only be engaged if you can deliver value. Because the people who are engaging you, they want value. If you can't deliver, and that's why they're making robots. Robots are doing a better job than human beings. Drones, more than human beings. Digitization, more than human beings. So whatever the robots can do, machine can do, anyway, my mission is to make poverty and unemployment in Africa a choice and not a sentence. It's happening in America. Those who don't work it because they don't want to work, know that there are no jobs. And this country is very big. From the eastern side to the Pacific side, ni kama from Kenya to Senegal. And it's one country, there's no border, you move. I wish Africa, because we have gone borderless, we are going to grow towards this direction. America discovered earlier on than other countries the importance of having a big economy in one area. Europe came in and they also found that this is working very well. They came and formed their European Union, and they're one economic bloc now, even though politically they're different. In America, even politics is the same. So if you are in Florida, Florida, and you want to, you start making products, you think about the whole of this market all the way to Washington, and not Washington, D.C., Washington State, in Seattle, or Oregon, or Sacramento, Nevada. So this trip that I had invited people to go this summer, we were actually going through the US. We are starting the East Coast, we go to the Central, we go to the Western, then we go to the Northern. Like this week we're in Seattle, Washington. But I decided to come back for other activities here, because the demand for the kind of services I'm promising to offer to the US is so high that it became unreasonable for me to continue meeting other clients. Because when you go to promote, you promote to increase your customer base. Already the orders that we have, we cannot even be able to meet in 2024. Yes, they have gone up to 2025 with our current capacity. Unless we increase our capacity to produce more, we will not be able to meet the demands before 2025. So say now, I know I don't have that capacity. And because I don't have the capacity, let me not go tell other people can do it, because I'll be lying, honestly. You don't bite more than you can chew. I decided to cut short my trip. And I come and try to see what I can do to quicken the process of producing what they need. So I came back. So this economy, the economic machine in the US, and it runs 24 hours. It churns out opportunities for anyone and everyone. Good thing with the US, it's a no man's land. It's no man's land. There are Black Americans there. They don't know anywhere else who could do how they went there, that's history, They are Mzungus, they are the Indians, the Red Indians who were there before Christopher Columbus landed there and brought in the Europeans there, who colonized them, they colonized Africa. Then the Mzungus who went there, they are the British, American British, the Scottish British Americans, they are German Americans, they are Spanish Americans, they are Italians Americans, they are Japanese Americans, they are Indians Americans. There is everyone. By the way, US is a very good country because you don't actually feel like when you are in other countries that you feel that you are a foreigner, because there is everyone. And the green card, because they have been doing green card for a long time, this green card allows people from other regions to get to America and settle there. So it's a very good mix. It's a rainbow country. Rainbow. Just like you are seeing these colors, I like this map because it's not me who painted it, but the colors, the way they are done. This is how America is. And when you're there, you don't feel like you feel when you're in Britain or Germany or those other countries, because you actually feel a foreigner and you feel uncomfortable. Like China, they even abuse Black people. Those people, they don't allow other people from outside. But America is a no man's land. I like calling it no man's land. You don't feel insecure. Things are good there. Forget about Black Lives Matters. Okay, there are those extremists like in Trump. Everywhere wako. Hata hapa tuko na tribalism hapa kwetu. Nakumbuka tukichoma watu kwa kanisa ile baa. So tunasamahiana, tunachagua hao watu tu. Hao ndio wako in power. Na kikundi kwanza, my brothers from Central. Mlichagua Ruto. Sasa tu. Mimi sikuwa pande hiyo, lakini he is my president now. And I support him. So lakini unakumbuka Kiambaa Church, it happened. Anyway, we are one people. Politics aside, so we are one people. Na tujua tukiingia basi unauliza kama ni ya Kikuyu ama ni ya Kisii. Ukitaka kubomoa nyumba utaki kujua ni ya nani. Ukitaka kwenda supermarket ujua ni ya Muhindi, ni ya Mzungu. Kenyans are also very good, by the way. Very good. It's for both things that divide us. If you can overcome those, Kenya is a very good country. We have Arab Kenyans, we have Indian Kenyans, We have got Zambian Kenyans. We have Nigerians who are Kenyans. We have got Muzungu Kenyans. Anyone, Arabs from Persia, Kenyans. So this country is good. I actually compare Kenya with the US. So this economy is very huge. It churns out more opportunities and they can consume. So they export. You use a lot of American products here. Like now we're using Zoom. Zoom is American. Money is, I pay my Zoom. Money goes to America. Facebook, I pay Facebook for my what? Money goes to America. YouTube, America. They're making money anywhere, everywhere. Do you know, by the way, I can say, I don't have the statistics, I will not Google to check, but I can say without fear of contradiction that 80% of all computers in the world, they run on Microsoft operating systems. So they pay Microsoft, money go to America. And I can also say that 90% of all mobile phones run on Android. Android is owned by Google, Meta, no, Alphabet. So the money goes to America. So like them or hate them, you can't beat them. Hello, Uber. Uber is American. Hello, like them or hate them, but you can't beat them. These guys, money just flowing into that economy. Money just go to the America. Because wherever they are, YouTube is bringing money from us, even if it's quietly. Yeah? They gain more from us. So this platform they are giving us to use, Airbnb. Every time you book a guest in your house at the Airbnb, there's a percentage that go to them. Any ride you take with Uber, there's money go to them. So they have mastered this thing. They know how things work. So this economy is very good. So what makes America stand out? Facts. America is not the largest country in the world in land size. Russia is the biggest country in land size. It is 6,602 square meters. Canada is second, 3,855 square meters. US is number 3 at 3,797,000. And you can see it's actually, Russia is double America. And China follows. So in land size, America is not very huge. It's not very huge. Brazil, Australia, India, all those, you see? Then America is neither the most highly populated. And this is actually the most important. Let's look at this now. This is the most critical. India is the biggest population in the world nowadays. It overtook China. You can see there are 1,428 million. China is now second with the 1 billion. Their population is going down. 1,425 million people. So India is higher now with more than 3 million above China. China is going down. India is going up. Look at America. America is a small fraction, 3.6 million, a small fraction of China. Even when you're saying that China's economy is doing better than America, it is lack of understanding of how economic parameters are analyzed. Imagine 1.4 billion people, comparing them with 336 million. In fact, China is 4 times the population of the US, more than 4 times. So this small country with 336 million people is producing more per year per capita income than 1.4 billion people. What does that one tells you? And even much of the things that they are producing in China, which is making their economy vibrant, is American companies that went to produce there. So profits still go there. Coca-Cola is a very big company there. Coca-Cola. Apple. Uko. Most of what makes China's economy vibrant, a big percentage of it is US companies which are there. SpaceX, Elon Musk. Most of the cars, you see, like now, what is the use of making cars in America, then you take them to China, yet the population there is very high, all these people. You make it there and you know, it's strategic. Lakini profit, after all said and done, profit in Yanani, in America. And this is the part of America I want us to look into. Because that's the reason I like going there. Because when you read press and how they say, they don't tell you the truth, the whole truth. Some people also don't have the mental capacity to process the information in the right way. Kuishi kwingi ni kuona mengi. Look at this population and what they are producing. So below US now we have Indonesia, Pakistan. And by the way, Pakistanis and Indonesians are very many in America. And that's why I decided to take Kenyans to work there, non-skilled workers. In the hotel I was staying in Baltimore City, and also in Delaware, the workers don't speak any English. I had talked to them, unaongea na simu unaweka app ya kutranslate. Sababu they don't know any English. Unaongea kwa simu na kizungu na ina translate kikwao. Na anaongea na inakuletea na kizungu. They told me that there are agencies there in their home. They train them there, then they give them the visa, EB3 visa, and they go to work in the US. I don't know why Kenyans can't do this. And I'm not going to ask them to do it. I'm doing it. That's what I'm doing because I don't like complaining. I like taking action. And that's what I decided to take CNAs because nurses kuna watu wengi. There are many ways. And even they come, those recruitment agencies come here to recruit. But I've never had any that is doing CNAs, non-skilled workers. I decided to come in here. So Brazil, 214, Nigeria, by the way. You see, Nigeria is one of the countries in Africa, is the most populous, and it's actually within the top 10. Bangladeshi, Russia. No, these are the people who are very many in America, working that economy. So it is good that we try to look at it. Now, where I want us to look at so that I can be able to give you now my presentation is the GDP. GDP. If you Google the GDPs in the countries, America is 20 plus trillion. China is 14 plus trillion. And look at the population. America is still more than 6 trillion higher in productivity. 336 million people producing more than 1.4 billion people. What does that tells you? And if you are able to crack that in your mind, you'll now be able to see the opportunities that there are in this economy called America. And that's why it grades. It just grades. That's why they're asking for people to come in because they can't be able to sustain their economic machine. There are very many Chinese working there. Indians, but they're Indians, most of the top companies. If you look at the top echelons of companies in the US, the CEOs are Indians. America, there's no discrimination, but they don't know where you come from. Elon Musk, he's the richest guy in the world. He was not born in America. He was born in South Africa. Elon Musk. There's no discrimination in America. Anybody can thrive there. Anyone from anywhere. So long as you put in the effort. You put in the effort. The Jews in the US, they control very huge chunk of the economy there. Very powerful. Germans, Italians, Mexicans, Japanese, Americans. That place is good. And I would like those who are not going to experience it. And if you have gone there, go with another eyes. Go with other eyes and try to explore and try to appreciate that in America, anybody thrives. Anybody thrives. I went to 3 families this time, and 2 of them, a son, one of them is a son, the other one is a daughter. They're in American Army. One is in the Army, the one is in the Navy. They employ anyone. They have no discrimination. At you are not at the right quality. At they will not give you job. Apana, opportunities open. Anyone. They're in the military. I got Kenyans who are working in opportunities in companies, and they have got so many mzungus wale wa huko akina watu wa Trump. They answer to them. One of my friends is a CEO in a very serious company, which has got 11,600 people. He's a CEO. It is, it is in 34 states in the US. He's a CEO. He gives directions. So even when you hear people talking about, oh, ati wazungu wapendi wa blacks, watu weusi nini, it is exaggerated. It's exaggerated. Iko kiasi, because there are those extremists. I'm not disputing that kidogo iko, lakini it's not the way some people like putting it. So don't fear to go there. Don't only see the negatives. Try to think about the positives. Otherwise, Kenyans could have come back. Wale wako huko nakatalia huko kwanza. Hata wakuja wanatembea wanarudi huko. Sababu si kubaya. If you are there on 8th in Baltimore, uone vile Kenyans wanaburudika huko na ni nchi ya wenyewe, you'd understand. Kama ni sisi hapa, we will not tolerate. But the American whites are very tolerant. Walikubali. In fact, they are outnumbered. Na sababu kuna watu kutoka all place. Sasa watabagua watu wengine waache wengine. How now? How? The good thing that I see in America, I might have some friends of mine who are in UK. They're telling me now they want to move from UK to go to US because UK kuna ile ukoloni, unajua uzungu wetu ni mwingi. Lakini US is a normal land. You actually feel at home on your own. Either in the shambas, either in cities, whatever, you're good. And because the economy is so vibrant and the opportunities are being churned out, you're busy working and you go for holiday. Like now where our hotel I was, there were no people. You cannot even actually, blacks wanakuja, they serve themselves, wanakuja na meza yao, they sit all together. One thing I realized that I didn't see a lot of intermarriage. At the blacks, wanaoa mzungu, ama mzungu wanaoa blacks. There's still that demarcation. Hata Wahindi the same. Unaona Wahindi ni Wahindi, lakini intermarriage unapata the cross marriage hiyo hapo hiyo sijui ni nini. Lakini pia kuja Kenya, not many, mimi sikuwa Kikuyu, mimi nilioa Coast. My wife is a Taita. Lakini I can assure you, in my village, kama kuna mtu wa kwetu ata confirm, in my village, I'm the only one who have married Taita. Most of my Kikuyu friends have married Kikuyu ladies, and vice versa. So we are still, that kitu iko ndani. I don't know. Lakini anyway, that is not my story today. Lakini it's actually part of the things that is good to observe. So the 10 most valuable companies in the world, just Google them. These are things I'm just pointing out. I don't even want to tell you because we don't have the time. I will not go to the details. Apple, among the top 10 companies in the world, out of 10, 7 are Americans. Go to the richest people in the world, the top money people. I think only 2 are not Americans. All the others are Americans. So you can see what makes this economy tick. And that's why going there, if you want to thrive, go to where people are doing well. Because if you give the company of people who are doing well, hata wewe chance yako ya kwenda well itakuwa mingi. Lakini if you kana watu fokara, watu complaints yote, watakuwa wao tu, watakuambukiza. Watakuambukiza hiyo. So it's upon you now. What makes America come tops in the GDP? Some facts. This economy creates more jobs than the population. That's why they keep on bringing people from outside. Green card, green card, green card. You go and stay and live there. Then there are so many panya routes. Unakumbuka hata Trump alikuwa anataka kujenga wall kule Mexico, hata watu waje kuja. Lakini was just playing politics. Him like he's a media guy. So he like attention. He's an attention-seeking guy. So most of those stunts, he never even meant them. Because American economy can't do without foreigners. He's a businessman and he knows. His companies was employing foreigners, even when he was there doing all those stunts. So he was just playing games. And when you say that, the press na you cover kabisa. And he just wanted to be on news. Twitter, alikuwa anaamka asubuhi anaweka tweet yake haikuwa ati ya uzuri. He knows that for you to call attention, create tension. Create tension to call attention. That is Trump for you. And he did it proper. And now he is 2024. He's saying, take America back. Come and let us take America back, our America back. And it's creating waves, though he has so many cases. So how it goes, I don't know. So the fact, they give green cards for skilled workers. Like my co-host, Azima, she's actually helping people. She helped you train. Herself, she's actually migrating. So she's already has and she's teaching people, training people, getting them to do the exams. Because when you're going to America, one thing, listen to me. There's some people who asked here how to Bogo, Alex, how you can be able to be helped to go to America and work there. Destiny Shelter. Let me say this: in America, every work that you do, you must be trained. Every work that you do, you must be trained, including baba kunyoa nywele. You can always nyoa mtu nywele kama hujatrainiwa na upewe certificate. Salon, once shuka nywele kama hujatrainiwa. Hakuna hii mambo ya kurebesha nywele na kucha, lazima utrainiwe. So if you want to go to work in the US, first and foremost, you get trained, and training lazima ikuwe the US one. They don't recognize certificates from elsewhere. You know, the good thing is that when you are a big economy and you control, so you don't bend to other people's standards. They upgrade to meet your standards. So one of the things that we need to do as Kenyans is to look for the training requirements in the US. We get partnership like I did. Personally, I went to the health sector. I got partnership with a college that is state approved to train CNAs. CNAs is certified nurse assistants. They gave us a franchise, so we train. They are the one who certify. And then with that certification now, you get now a visa to go and work there at the EB3 visa. You train the American curriculum by an American company and any college that is state approved. That is the one that gets you an entry. And it is, you can find a plumbing, the same. Mechanic, the same. Saloon, barber, the same. Anything, mention it. Non-skilled. Skill they have got is like now for nurses. My co-host can tell you the requirement. She does that. There's a necklace exam you must pass. And every other profession that you want to go and do, lawyer, remember you can go and work in US, but you must pass the channel which has been created for that. Anyone. Like nowadays, don't think that you can go and do hiyo mobile law inafanywa na robots. Some jobs actually those ones have gone. That's the Rudy. Digitization huko inafanya kazi, especially those people ambao walikuwa na those architects, sijui engineer, sijui lawyer, doctors wenyewe. Wale wako na kazi ni nurses and CNAs. Wengine jobs zimekauka. Now, EB3 visa is the one for unskilled workers. And that's the one that I'm using because I said that my promise is that God sent me this way to make poverty and unemployment a choice and not a sentence. So EB3 visa is part of the process at which I'm actualizing, making unemployment a choice. Because you must not have a degree or a diploma to be able to work in the US. You just need to know how to speak English. I'm to write English. So exam huko zitafanya sababu lazima ufanye state approved exam. Our China sijui, our nini wa Singapore na nini. Now the problem that I could not be able to speak to them because if they don't speak English, unafanya translate na simu, you cannot get the details. And again, them new employees. So there is a person who has brought them in. Huyo ndio ningeongea na yeye, lakini hayuko hapo. Hata kuongea ndio akupatie the contact. It's a struggle to communicate. So you don't get the details. But they're okay, they talk. Lakini unaona the struggle before you actually get one message, you're spending too much time. Sometimes it's not even worth it. How do they manage to lead the world? The good thing about the American economy, 336 million people, but all of them are in the middle class. The income there puts you at a place where you are living better here than, let me say who? Not even professors in the university. Who now? Who earns highest amount of money here in Kenya? Which sector? Not even bankers, not even insurance. Hiyo bado ni kidogo. Hiyo ni kidogo. So because if you calculate the lowest income is $20 per hour, and you do 12 hours because like now in my area, health, what they do because of shortage of workers, they normally tell the cadre of CNAs and nurses, they do 12 hours. So you do go at either 6 or 7 a.m. up to 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the evening. The other one comes. So there are 2 people instead of 3 because there are 3 shifts, 8, 8, 8, plus 24 hours. And these essential services, you can't leave patients alone. They must be having somebody looking over them. So what they do is that they have got 3 shifts. So instead of those 3 and their shortage of workers, they talk with them and they do 2 of them. So if you go at 7 in the morning, you are going to leave at 7 in the evening. Then the other one comes in and do 7 to the morning. So you rotate. You do weekday. One week you do day. The other you do night. So you're doing 12 hours. Your salary is calculated depending on the hours that you worked. Same case with most jobs. You go to most of their malls. You go to McDonald's, it's 24 hours. You go to Walmart, it's 24 hours. So they need workers 24 hours. So they go the same way. The rotation is the same. The 24-hour economy. That's how it is. Hospitality, kama huko unasikia nini hotels. That's major. But then weekend they increase the rates weekend by 50%. So weekend wado umejaa. Sasa kwanza ni summer. The rates are high. Imagine Airbnbs imejaa, hotels zenyewe. One day I was almost told that I'm going to leave my room because I forgot to roll over. No, I was in different places because I was going to different areas. Now I forgot. Weekend ikafika. And that time could demand iko very high. Ni vile tu yani wale watu walikuwa nakuja nayo waka change route, wakasema watakuja 2 days after. Kabi okay, kuna bahati. Naambia room yako sababu kubook you book. People book online. You go online and book and pay. So kama alibook online na ilikuwa na kana hajabukiwa, wewe ndio utatoka hata kama uko ndani because you cannot book for that day. Na aliniambia nikaona nyani kweli. Hata kama ni mimi siwezi sitaka kuambiwa ati kuna mtu mwingine alikuwa yako mbele sasa kutoka sasa mimi sitakuwa na pali ya kulala sababu yake si angekuwa amebook kama vile nilebook and you are booking online. Na ukalipa online. What are they telling me? So this time was the other way around. I was the one who was on the on the bad side, but lucky enough, something happened. The people were in another state because they rotate. America, during summer they move a lot. You pesa iko. Ukitaka kwenda holiday, you just increase the number of hours you work. Work 2 shifts. You make the money and then you go where you want to go. Even mama unasema ati mambo ya inflation. It's just a way of making people work harder. Because now instead of working for 8 hours, you work 12 hours, you work for 16. Come on, you have been working that 12 hours. Now unaona inflation inakuhit. So what do? You just increase and work for 16 hours. Yes, 2 shifts. So the extra hours is extra income and you're able to overcome inflation. Because jobs ziko. They're looking for workers. They're importing workers. So ukikuwa kule, ukitaka more money, all what you need to do is to increase the number of hours that you work. I have Kenyans in Florida who are running a coffee shop. They're having serious problems of workers. One of my clients, she has 34 vehicles for her business, 34. And she has 14 drivers. 34 cars and 14 drivers. Can you imagine? You can't get drivers. I mean, advertise, amepewa ruhusa now, bring. Get them from anywhere. EB3 visa. CNAs. She's building a critical care facility with 60 beds. Critical care, if you ask people who work in hospital, they'll tell you, critical care, even some of the clients, one patient requires 2 nurses. 2 nurses, 1 client. So with the 60, you can imagine how many nurses and CNAs anahitaji to run that critical care facility. They don't have them. Alikuwa anaonyesha kwa file the adverts he's been doing. HR wali give up because wanatafuta watu hawapati. Who are not applying. Hakuna. That's the US for you. So money comes and they spend. America is a consumer society. So they spend very well, by the way. So the truth about the American economy post-COVID. This question was asked by by Anthony and and who else? So now, one thing I want to tell you is that what I discovered in America, where they are now, and there's a lot of information, and you can Google it, you'll see it. Like now, Elon Musk is creating the biggest factory in the world. The biggest factory in the world. to produce cars. He's actually lowering the price by 80% because the amount of money they have been spending on labor, they will not be spending now. You know, robots, after setting up, there's no salary, there's no medical, there's no pension. You save a lot when you change from human labor to robots, to mechanization. Because human labor is very expensive. Binadamu ni wale watakuja na mood swing, wanakuja kuharibu kazi huko. Theft by servant. They come and slow work, conflict, backbiting, betrayal. Robots will never be paid to release your secrets, business secrets, by your competitors. So it's, by the way, I'll go for robots 80%. If I'll give me human beings here and robots, I'll go for robots. Because you have no fear. And on a holiday, you have no problem. Nilikuwa huko bado naangalia watu wangu vile niachia kazi wanafanya namna gani. Binadamu ni wale. So you cannot be totally free. You can't. Lakini kama ni robots, unajua ni vile program. They do that way. So I can assure you that where they are now, with now shift, transport now is going to drones instead of drivers. Sometimes they overwork themselves because one woman and oversleep and anafanya accident. Human error. Now, instead of all that, drones, robots, drone digitalization, they're taking over production, and that will make it very easy to do it in America. So they don't want to go, they don't need to go to China to produce there. So they have got robots now which are doing the job and doing it very quickly. ChatGPT, Bing. Hello, things are happening. That is America for you. You see now, the good thing with them is that they are the ones who are leading the world in tech. All the big techs are in America. Microsoft. Most computer systems, even Chinese, they run Microsoft operating system. Majority, not all majority. Where we are trying, they are coming up, like phones they run on Android. They are driven by Android. Social media, Facebook has got 3 billion active users. Imagine the world has got 9 billion people. And one company moja tu ya mtu moja, iko na 3 billion people. Nasikia the biggest population is India with 1.4 billion people. Now Zuckerberg gonna double that. Double. Those who are in business, yeah, I know you know how much they charge. I advertise my products on I promote on YouTube and on Facebook and WhatsApp, and you know everywhere in the world they're actually earning. Zuckerberg is making money globally, and we are the one who create content. But he does not create content. Facebook is just a platform. He give it to you, the way Larry Page does on YouTube. Set up your channel, weka picha zako hapo, weka your videos. He does not charge you anything, he does not ask you, no question asked, but he's making money from you. Traffic. The more you draw traffic, the more he makes money for advertisement. Yes. These guys are very clever. So Zuckerberg, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, the Americans, that money does in America. Google is the most popular. It has got 2 billion users. It's the most popularly used search engine. And what happens is that money is where the people are. How many people follows you? Because when you're doing advertisement, you do positioning for people to interact with your product. Put it where people are going to interact with it. And these are the platforms that have the highest following. That's it. The good thing that they discovered a very good way. They don't ask you for any money to go there. Well, do what you do, what to do. In fact, they are so good because they don't even do a kind of biashara. Azima Academy cannot work without being licensed. And when I want to go from Azima Academy to Azima Institute, I was told that Azima Institute is not at the Ministry of Education, it's at the TVET. So I had now again to go for TVET. And you cannot be licensed and before you have a no objection by the parent ministry. So you apply to the TVET, then you get no objection, so you can be registered. You not be registered before no objection. The people in Sharia house will not take your application for registration. So you must get no objection from the parent ministry. Zuckerberg, it does not ask you, it doesn't want to know. Right now, after Kumaliza Hapa, even now as I'm talking, you can log in and open your account. No question asked. Same case with Zoom. Same case with YouTube. No question. How many are going to open? Maintenance fee, maintenance fee. From the time I started knowing how to operate on social media, my first YouTube video, bado iko. I have never paid a single cent. And the media nashindwa kuitumia. They never limit how much you're going to use, how many videos you're going to put, how many accounts you are going to open. No limitation. You are the one who is limiting yourself. Even if you want to put a video after every 5 minutes, hiyo ni yako. Why do you want to video naizana na watu wako? They don't ask you for anything. Free. They make their money the other way. The same case with Facebook, the same case with Instagram, the same with Google. See, these are Americans. They know, they are smart, but you make money for them when they are asleep. At least Zoom will pay. And see now, Zoom could afford, in the 40 minutes, it's free. So there's nobody who is limited, who is cut off. Everyone is taken care of. Hold a meeting for 40 minutes, go for a break. Then you set up the other one. So wakirudi unawapatia another link ya kuingia nayo. Other people don't understand. And no matter if you have the meeting for 30 minutes, 35 minutes, but you have to break. Wakirudi unawambia wana log in again. Some will not even understand. Unakuwa, okay, now off Zoom, we are going to have a discussion. Una discuss, then tea break, watu wanaenda refreshment, alafu wanakuja wanaendelea the next round. You must not have money. For me, because I'm a trainer, I need the premium one. So, but how much is it? Very cheap per month. This one I pay $17.29 US per month. 17 only, and it's making a lot of money for Azima. Uber, whatever you are doing, Uber, you're hailing taxi Uber. Unakumbuka vile watu hapa walikuwa wanapigana na Uber hapa watu wa taxi. Then walikuja wakaingia hiyo. Money go to America, San Francisco. Airbnb in the hospitality, it has got more, it does more than all the big hotels combined. All the big hotels combined. Uber is doing more nights per day, per week, per month, per year. Netflix in entertainment, same. McDonald's has got over 40,000 branches, 40,000. Subway has got 37,000. Starbucks, 35,000. KFC, all these are American. Can you imagine how much money these guys make? And you can start seeing why the economy in America is in a class of its own. Now, what is the consequence? We are hiring. They cannot get enough. They have got more jobs than the people to do. So the most common, Kenya, everywhere you go, Safaricom. You'll always get a Safaricom flyer. You'll get a building. You'll get billboards. Safaricom is everywhere. You color Safaricom, na Coca-Cola, you'll always get them. At the remotest part of this country, we are hiring is the same in the US. There's nothing that I saw many times like we are hiring. Hata kwa malori, ukitaka kwa malori za kubeba mizigo, we are hiring drivers. Ukitaka kwa basi, public buses, we are hiring. Ukitaka kwa supermarket, we are hiring. Everywhere they are hiring. Watu fanyikazi wako wapi? Na Kenya hawatu wana kazi. Wale wako na kazi wanalipwa pesa kama ya madharau. And this is what I'm requesting. Nini Kenya surely. Mimi nimeshika health. I cannot do everything. I want to help people and skill Kenyans to go and work in the US through the health line. Mtu mwingine achukue ingine na mwingine ingine. Tusaidie wa Kenya. The Kenyans who are there, they are doing very well by the way. Wanaishi vizuri. And the evidence is how much money they are sending here. And they are, that day, tulikuwa Baltimore, they had slaughtered 21 goats. 21 na ng'ombe moja for one day. So you can imagine that they're okay. Chapa iko. So the more Kenyans we take their job as issue huko, zinaongezeka. This we are hiring everywhere. So wherever you go, we are hiring eco. It is the most. In Firestone, they are talking about now hiring for our growing business. Wanakwambia uingie kwa store for details. This Firestone, growing business. Watu wanasema ati uchumi America. Hiyo ni uongo. Don't listen to them. Ni uongo. No, this one, when you hear a tire company saying that they are growing business, hapa akina Samea wanafunga. Lakini huku they are growing. Wanabebeleza watu. And you see most of their work have been digitized. Lakini the little that the human being has to hand has to come in is what they cannot be able to meet. The demand is higher than they can be able to meet. We are hiring. And they are paying well. Now, watu wangu, don't hesitate to jump into the opportunities which are available. Ni nyingi, and they are paying very well. Do the maths. Do the maths. The minimum now entry point salary, normally the government control is $7.5. But now with the kind of shortage, lower supply demand has worked. So the lowest, they are being paid $16 per hour. $16 to $20 per hour. That's the lowest. In the newspapers, I was taking those snapshots, those who are with me on my chat, and I was sharing. They can't get workers. So they try to entice by increasing the offer so that people can come in. Now what I'm saying is that because they are desperate and they don't have workers, the government has relaxed the immigration rules. Now they allow tourists. Like when I was there are 2 places I was being told I work. I told them, hey, hello. I came here to meet people to market my business. I don't mind. I can do any job here. I have no problem. I can do, but I don't have the time. I'm engaged. But they're actually asking you to help them, requesting, and they'll pay you. So if you want jobs, by there, you can be earning one shift. You earn one shift to supplement your upkeep. Then the other 2 shifts, moja unalala, hiyo ingine uko masafari. Yes. Yes. It's possible. So don't fear to jump into the next trip. We are going to go next year again. So long as there are no global issues which are preventing travel, like we did 2020, 2021, you cannot get enough of America. Like now I cut short my trip because of other issues. But you see now, I want to go and continue so that I can expand. Once I have set up the system which is going to meet the orders that I was given already. So what I'll do is that I'll go back there so that I can be able to get those I didn't. Because I want actually to spread across. This tour was very important because it was going to different parts of the US. And I'm not the one who was organizing it. It was organized by somebody else, my friend, who gave me the agency to represent them in Kenya. So when I was going, I was part of the organizers because I'm the partner in Kenya. They have done the groundwork, the advertising, the hiring of the venues, mobilizing people to come. So many Kenyan napewa nafasi nionge. That's what I'm saying. Learn how to speak, my people. Learn how to communicate. There's nothing that can take you further than your ability to communicate. Public speaking. This is an investment that pays very good dividend. Even if you are not being paid to speak, I do. Me, I'm paid to speak also. But I speak more to promote my business. I speak more to help people. But I'm also called in to go and speak and I get paid. So even if you're not going for that, you will be able to get this. Yes, Nick. Talk to me.
Thank you, sir. I have my first question. I've seen that you say that some people in US they don't know how to speak English. Now, my question comes this way. How will you manage to go to US if you don't know how to speak English? How will you cross the borders? If you know very well, you cannot speak good English. So that is the first question. The second question is about the CNA. Can someone go as a CNA and then later on, maybe he wants to level up to train as a RN, maybe as a RN or something else? Is it possible?
I will start with the second question. The question is yes. You can go as a CNA and then you upgrade. After working for 2 years after a CNA, you go back to college for 2 years, you become an RN. And you work for 1 year as an RN, you go back again, you become a PN, LPN. You can go up to PhD. In fact, RN is the entry level. So if you learn the American system, you get licensed to work, you do 2 years and you have no issues, you have no cases. Because again, if you go and misbehave, utakatwa. So you go back to college for 2 years, you become an RN, and you can decide to stick there, or you can actually upgrade, you become an LPN, licensed practicing nurse, and you can go up. You know, that level, you're even doing clinical, you're consulting like a doctor. So yes, you can. So this one you can, you just need an entry point. America, they don't have E and A limitations like in Kenya that you have to have cluster subject, sijui ulifanya biology, chemistry, ulipata gapi, ate mathematics, nini. If you're interested, you want, that is what you want to do in here, pale. So if depending on what your level of education, the entry point depends on your level of education. Which now bring me to the next question, English. English in America is not an issue because you have got people who don't speak English in America. Not everybody even they speak English. I'm telling you, there are people, they are Mexican, they are Hispanics, they are Germans, they are Italians, they are Chinese, who are American citizens. They speak their own language. Indians, they speak their own language. So you could be going there to work for the Hispanics, or you could be going there to speak for the Portuguese. So you could be going there to speak for, and you need to work for Chinese huko, or Japanese huko. They don't speak English. So English is actually only important as a medium of the language of instruction. You can't go to learn if you go to learn in America and you are not using English, you'll have high limitation because you have to look for the college that teach the language you understand. There are schools that are teaching in Indian language. Jews, they have got there, they speak their they do things in their own language. Even do you know, by the way, I went to a church where the preacher was preaching Kikuyu, Okuyu. America is a very funny country. They preach in Okuyu. So there, freedom is freedom, total freedom. So the only problem there is, if you cannot speak good English, is that it limits you. It limits you. But if you can speak English, it expands your. It's like even in Kenya. If you can speak your mother tongue and also speak English, you have better opportunities when you speak English than your mother tongue. In Kikuyu, if I can only speak Kikuyu, I can only have very few people here. But now because I can speak English, Jaluo iko leo, iko Kisii leo, iko Baluya leo, iko watu wengi. Kiswahili na Kizungu, they make us expand our opportunities. So the more languages you can speak, the better, but you must not know English. What we do in our CNA, we normally say that you need to be fluent in English. Not that you report a C, to report a E, fluent, because we teach in English. If you do not understand English, you have challenges. Records. In the health sector, there are so many records that are kept. Records, and whatever is not recorded is not done. That is that's the policy. So you must know how to do those records. They're done in English. That's why English language becomes critical. Otherwise, it's not a requirement. It is not. But it is important to have it because records, again, if you don't understand English, you will not be able to get jobs in institutions that use English. And most of them use English. Most of them. Not all, but most of them. So the more you are good in English, the better you will be in getting opportunities. Kwa hivyo, have no problem. Yes, you can. And People are there because there are jobs to be done. You see, like now waiters in the hotels, they are not speaking to you because you are in self-service. Even their work is simple. Like now, most of the hotels I was, the people at the reception, they speak English. When you're coming in, guest relation. Like in the breakfast, they don't cook anything there. It is outsourced. Kuna mtu waleta mandazi, kuna mtu waleta mayai, kuna mtu waleta sausage, kuna mtu analeta maziwa, zinawekwa pahali. You serve yourself. Unaona unajiwekea, unaketi chini, unakunywa, unachukua vitu zako, kuna pahali unaona unamwaga. They actually use disposable cups and plates. The work of the people who are doing service is to refill. They refill. Ile mnatumia ikipunguka, ikiisha wanaleta kuchemsha kitu kama maji. They do very little. Very little. Na kuwekei, you are supposed to clean your table after you finish. That is the way they do it there. It's official. Ukiingia huko unafanya the same. So mtu anaosha rooms, ana clean the rooms kwa nini kwa hotel. Aongei na wewe hata hukuangi huko. Iva hata akikuja unatoka unamwacha. But then you have very little ya kuongea. It depends on what job you are doing. What job you are doing. If you are na CNA na umeenda huko kazi kufanya kazi ya CNA na wewe unajua kuongea Kihindi, utapewa wa the patient ambaye ni Kihindi wako huko. Kama unajua Kiitaliano, utapewa wa Kiitaliano. Kama unajua Kigerman, unapewa Germans. Japanese the same, Chinese the same. Lakini now the better thing is if you know English, you can now work for many. The opportunities are mingi. So English is an added advantage. Added advantage. But you must not have it. Most of you are unasikia Hispanics, watu kutoka Mexico nini, most of them don't know English. Because most of those countries is kama sisi. Hapa sisi tunajivunia kuongea kizungu mzuri. Tunaona kama kuongea kizungu ni kuwa mwerevu. If you can speak a lot of English, unajifanyanga wewe ndio umesoma zaidi. Communication. And they don't even know how to communicate. They can speak English better than Mzungu, but they don't know how to communicate. So what I'm trying to say here is that speaking English is not a must, is not a gauge of your intelligence. It's like a car. Driving a car does not mean that you are rich. Those of you who drive know. Kuwa gari ni pressure. Mguu imeisha, rimu imeisha, insurance niwe inaisha, service, huwezi toka nyumbani bila mafuta, car wash ndio hiyo. Ukienda pahali parking lazima uko na pesa kwa mfuko ya parking, hata kanisa, ukienda Holy Family Basilica. Wewe, watu wengine wanaendesha gari Kenya lakini they're struggling. They're struggling. Lakini sisi tumefanya kuwa na gari ni kama ndio mark ya your success. And watu wanakopa ndio waonekane. It's not a mark of success, honestly, it isn't. So let's be honest with ourselves and let's tell the truth, because the truth is the truth. It's stubborn. I hope I've answered you. Are you good? Nick?
Last question. In Kenyan system, normally people work from Monday to Friday, and then on Saturday, that is a half day, maybe from 8 to 12. How about there in US?
In the same system, by the way, much of the work is a Monday to Friday. Kuna weekend break, lakini there's 24-hour economy. It runs every time. It depends on what sector you are in. Like now, I'm talking about health, my sector, because me, I'm in healthcare. That one has no time. It has no weekend, no holiday, no nothing. Ni rotation. Unakuwa duty ama uko off, duty ama uko off. Same case in services, kama tuseme kama ni watu kama wa hotels. Weekend kwanza ndio wako na kazi mingi zaidi. Kama ni wakati service kwa malls. When sikia ati weekend ati town weekend watu wa Carrefour na Naivas ati na Quickmart ati wako off ati Saturday and Sunday ndio ati the holiday weekend. It's not a weekend for them. They have more work to do. So there the economy runs. It runs all the time. It depends on what sector. But office work, yes, there's less traffic over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. But the other sector, the social life, haina tofauti. Haina. Na wanapenda raha hawa watu. Because again, pesa iko. You know, they have money. They actually enjoy life. They know how to live well. So outing zao ni za kimataifa. It's nice. Especially for somebody of my age now. Sababu sina vitu inanipull. Huko unaweza enjoy kabisa. Because watu wako kuenjoy now, pali ya kwenda ni mingi. You know, the choice is just, it's your imagination. Otherwise, and money, of course. Affording and your imagination. Otherwise, options ziko mingi. Are you good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Any other question? Naona tumepitisha time. Yeah. It's already. My co-host uniambia time tumeenda sana. One of the kazi ya co-host ni kumark time. 20 past. Unless there's a question which is very urgent. Yes, Peter. Uliza. Peter, come through. Orina.
Ni Alex anataka kuongea.
Okay, ongea.
Okay, mimi nilikuwa nauliza kama mtu wako huku Gulf kwa Mwarabu, is it possible to get an EB3 visa to apply from here?
You can get from anywhere. Hakuna shida. Hiyo EB3 visa ni ya kupeleka watu ambao wanaweza fanya kazi US. Haina shida. So long as you have got the training ya US, you must have actually a certificate from US. So what you need to do is to link with a college that has a link in the US. You get the training. You need to know the training you can do online. And by the way, virtually, do you know in the US, they are doing driving. Driving is done online. Driving.
Okay.
So they're training, like now we are training CNAs. You do it online. Unasikia kama leo asubuhi nimekuwa kesho itakuwa na another class. The trainers wako US. They'll be training us in class. And tunafanya CNA. So we normally train, we do 25 sessions. 23 we do on Zoom. Then we meet the other 2 on in person for practicum. Then they go for internship to apply the skill that they have learned. So most of the training is online. I was excited to see driving. Driving you do virtual, and you get a driving license. Hello.
Yeah.
You can now see how narrow it has become, because if driving you can do online and you'll be tested online, you can now see what it means.
Okay, I do understand. And how can we get those colleges that you get to learn the websites?
That's what I'm saying, that we need more people to come in. You know, me, I focus on the health. I cannot be everywhere. You know, yeah. I like it to be a distraction. I don't want to, because already they have got so much that I need to do to help, to grow the CNA, because the job demand is very high. So I don't want to do any other. In fact, when I was when I was coming back, when I went back to Baltimore, I went to a college that trains barber shops. Because another job that is in very high demand is grooming. Because even now in those homes that we are taking care of, they want people to do grooming, especially ladies. They also want to look good and stay good, so they outsource that. So I was asked, can you get me Kenyans who can come here and do this kind of service? But the question is, me, I don't know how they train. I don't have a college that is Nini. So I went to one of them and they wanted to form a partnership with me. I cannot be able to do that because the demand is too high. If you follow the World Community Day It Moves, 2015, we changed from MDGs, Millennium Development Goals, and entered SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. Goal number 17 is about creating partnerships. So what you need to do, those who are willing and those who are ambitious and those who are forward-looking, you get, just Google, engage them. Then you know what they require. If you do, but now you have also to spend, because they cannot take you for the face of it. If I didn't travel to the US, if I didn't pay to go to the college and learn, there would have been no conversation. But during and I was very strategic. Unasikia na mimi napiga mdomo, hata poleni sana nimewachelewesha, lakini hii mdomo yangu inasaidia. So when I was in college, in the class, I was very active. Me, I'm always active, by the way. I participate. So by the time we were finishing training, I was not teachable. So even when now we finished, nikauliza the director, nikauliza our trainer, akaniambia, wacha nikupeleke office ya director. Nikaenda kuongea director, he's actually a Tanzanian. He's the owner of the college in Tanzania, ambaye alienda America 22 years. Akafanya CNA, akafanya RN, akafanya PN, alafu akabuliwa na government kukua nini examiner, alafu sasa akaanza his own college. So when I told him that and I'm going to do it in Kenya, he was excited. He said, I have always wanted to do something for Africa. The only thing he told me is that some of your neighbors tell me that you are going to extend. When you start in Nairobi, extend to Tanzania. And I told him, yes, I will. Now, by the way, the class that now is in Nini, we are graduating this week, there's one guy from Arusha. So it's happening, and it's less than 1 year. Less than 1 year have done that, all that. So what I'm saying is that if we have Kenyans who are forward-looking, they get those colleges and see your area. Me, I'm in health. That's where I want to focus on. The work is too much. I don't want to, I don't want to multitask. I want to focus. I'm a wellness trainer. I'm a champion in wellness. So anything to do with health, that is my docket. That's my space. So that is where I can feature. So if you want something outside health, mimi sitakusaidia. Lakini the njia kujisaidia, ingia online. Tafuta pesa. That's why I normally tell you, twende ni US mukaone. You know, you mingle with the people. You go and see opportunities. Like now tukekuwa na wewe, those are women going to speak to them. Maybe I don't need it, but I needed to understand some okay, can you get that? Like now the one I was saying that she has a home and she has 34 cars, she has 14 drivers, she was asking me to take her drivers. I don't know what they require for drivers to be given the EB3 visa. Sijui, mimi najua ya CNA, because that's where I focus. So each area has got different requirements. Each job has got different requirements. So you nani kazi? So you must nini hata yetu si ati rahisi hivyo. Lakini uzuri ukifanya repeatedly unaingia ni kama kuendesha gari. When you're starting hata kuchange magia nini, kubalance mafuta, ni kazi. Lakini ukizoea you don't even think about it, inakuwa automatic. So what I'm saying is that any kind of a job, especially this non-skilled, there must be a training for you to do it the way it's set there. There are regulators who ensure that it's done in a standardized way. You can't work before if you are not licensed. So once you have done that and you are doing it with a college there which is licensed, you get a Kenyan there to start that training because atapewa license, akuwe na teach, then mnakuwa partnership na yeye. I don't see how else. I don't see how else, because you see, America huwezi ingia kama hauna training by the colleges. Ni kama hivyo unasikianga huku NITA approved in our training. Ukikuwa na NITA certificate, that is the one which is recognized. Kama una training zingine hakuna NITA, huko yes, lakini hiyo haiwekwi ile. So to be licensed by the government to work in a certain area, there you require to be trained. Kwa hivyo itawezekana yes, lakini the first level is first identify which sector, get a college there that is doing that, have a partnership, teach their curriculum, mkubaliane, so that mkiteach hapa, they give certificates ya huko. Then that's the one mnaweka embassy. Ukipeleka embassy certificate ya huko Kenya, hata shika, hata University of Nairobi, hata shika. You know, for non-skilled. Skilled nayo iko na masharti yake. My co-host can tell you what they look for when they're taking up nurses. Because nurses are skilled. They go to college more than 2 years. But anything you train less than 2 years, that one is non-skilled. And it's actually very easy for now because they had to open it up. Sababu demand ya workers is more higher than the workers that can get there. So it is now. Mambo inaweza geuka. I'm sure they want to systematize. Because they are not asking for many things. It will not be the same all the time. But for now, I can assure you, it's easy. Navigating is easy now. How about answered you?
Yeah, you have answered. I'm good.
Thank you. Any other?
Maybe an input regarding the RNs, the requirement. Actually, you should have done nursing here. or in your origin, the country of origin, and you should have done a minimum of 3 years. During our time, we were doing 3.5. This is my 13th year of working. And that is just one of the requirements. And you'll have the Nursing Council from Kenya to parcel your documents, original documents, a sealed copy. You would have your nursing school parcel your transcript as a sealed copy. You need to send your fingerprints. There are cards that you get from US, then you do fingerprints on them. There are particular cards. You send to one of the FBI affiliates, which is either Gemalto or Ident2Go, whichever. Every state would have a regulation on that. Then, of course, you'd have and go take your exam outside Kenya. Recently, it's like 2 years, we had the South African Exam Center. Previously, all exams were to be done either in India, Turkey, or those other centers, even UK. But now you get that you have to travel a distance, quite a long distance. English proficiency has to be there. You do English test. You can do, they used to look at IELTS before, but now they're looking at OET, they're looking at TOEL, all that. So there are category of, there are number of English assessment systems that they look at. So that way, it will be used when you're looking for a visa screen certificate. That's what you'd go with for your interview. So it's quite strict, and it's just well aligned. Wherever you are, you have to follow that if you really need to be in that system. But it's all about focus. Just remain focused, know what you want, go for it. We are not like born from mothers who are out of this world. We just born from the same mothers. It's just getting the determination and go do it. Personally, I didn't have a tutor. I used YouTube, and that is how I managed. And I got to know about the nitty-gritties required. And that is how now I opted to go on the lane of training others who want to do it independently without the agency. You realize that the agencies, when they come here to hire people, they're giving them a very low rate. For example, Avant was starting at $24 an hour for an RN. So when the competition has gotten up, they're now at around $30, $32 per hour. Then you realize that when you do it independently, then seek a direct hire agency, then you're getting a better deal. Not really very good, but a better deal. But we're looking at it this way. Once we get the entry, we're still not going to be comfortable with that. There's an option of bailing out. You pay them, you'd have made a few dollars, bail out or a fee, then you look for whatever your heart wants. So that's what I can say for now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. You can hear how complex it is. It is detailed. But the good thing in America is that you just follow the process. It was not set for you. And don't think about it like, come on, it may work what you make your life difficult. No, they are ensuring that the people who go there, they fit into the system. They're just structured. And just kubali tu, just accept. Ni kama highway code. Once you get to the road, the highway code is not for you. It is for everyone who is driving. So ukikubali, na sisi sote tukubali tuendeshane pamoja, things go very well. But here now is the expense, because in here you must be cleared by the nursing council. You must be a member. You must have worked for 3 years. You have to do an exam. Because of training, to be trained. Then you go and you book that exam, which you're going to do either South Africa or India. That's what I'm doing. I'm breaking that because I brought in the training from US to Kenya. So when I'm training people, hours that does not interfere with your work. Because what we do is that we train you between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. This course now, this caregiving. You do 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., you do 2 hours, or you do at 8 to 10 p.m. Those are our hours. So you choose which one is convenient for you. So ukimaliza, you'll be examined and graded. Then you're given a certificate by a state-approved college in the US called Oklahoma College of Healthcare, Inc. You can Google them. Then after you get that now, they will give you job placement. Once you've been given job placement, because he does that, the people he trained, he also give them job placement. So our trainees, once he's given them certificate of his college, he also get them jobs with the other students because not working. Then from there, that letter now is coming now, younaanza kufanya arrangement za kuitisha nini visa. Reason for travel, well, you're going to do a job. Which job? But when you're here, I've been given a job. How did you qualify for that? I trained this way. Then have you done your medicals? My medical is okay. Have you done your background check? Because like she's saying that the nurses lazima kuna unasikiza hizo vitu zinajazwa nini secret alafu inatumwa confidentiality. Hiyo lazima ikuweko when you're working in the health sector. Even us kwa CNA, you must get that. Hiyo tunafanya tunatuma so that you are approved. Otherwise, the embassy will not give you a visa to go if you have not met those requirements. Because ukifika huko, alafu ukiangaliwa onekane uko na shida, watakurudisha. They want to save you time and money. Baada kurudisha yeye from America kulete huku. Sababu you do not qualify for this and that reason. The things which can make you not work the job that you have been appointed for, you don't get the visa before you have cleared them. So those ones we do here for our team. Then when you're going to the embassy, you have got all those papers together. Wakienda waangalie unaona iko sawa. In fact, now that Meg, the new American ambassador, she's very cooperative because she's trying to reduce the backlog of visa interview. So this is one of the they are exempting from from the interview dates. So you do not go through the queue because you need more or less straightforward. Even when we are going for this business trip, the team we are going with, they didn't go to the embassy because you see now this one is what are you going to do? You're going for a tour. Which tour? Wanaona is it license? Iko kila kitu iko wana confirm. How did you? Kuna ile fee tunalipa your participation fee. Wakiona kila kitu uko nayo, and see like now me I was asking for I said that I need 5 people, 4 salespeople and 1 cameraman. So my 4 people wanapewa because they are going to work for Azima, and Azima is participating in a business tour that is going to be in the US from this time to this time in these places. Inajulikana, it's licensed. Sio kitu ya hakuna. Say they just go online. Online imesaidia sana. Once they Google and see kila kitu iko kama sasa ile watu wanatupatia barua ya appointment, they just go and Google. They check and they even see that they have given you because they have access. So they check and see that, okay, do you know this person? Yes, he's our employee. We are waiting for him to report. And you give indication when you're going to report because they tell you after letter of appointment, if you don't come within 90 days, or 20 days, it expires. They cancel it. So we tell people that you must be ready because utajilipia fees, fare kwenda US unajilipia. So lazima ukuwe na pesa by the time the letter of offer, job offer inakuja, ukuwe uko na uwezo wa kufanya hiyo process iishe. Otherwise ikisha expire ukienda embassy, kuna mtu alienda embassy ilikuwa imepita 2 weeks. Anaambiwa hapana, unless you get another offer now because your offer ulikuwa nayo expire. You can always claim that ni kama hasa hii tour tuko America ikiisha. You cannot come and request for a visa to go for a tour by imeisha. They won't give you. They won't. So it has to be current. So let's do things right. Let's know that those procedures have not been set in to frustrate you. I hear some Kenyans, because of laziness, they like complaining. Why don't you just fit in? Because standards will not be lowered to fit you. They will not. And they have not be said to, kujui, hakuwekea wewe. Sasa, vile siko Kenya, ndio siko kwingine. Why don't you just raise your standards and fit what they're asking for? Then your life will be very easy. Very easy. So what I do is that personally I study kabisa and I see what they're asking. And I even ask myself, why do they want this? Why do they want this? Wakiuliza hii, what are they looking for? I prepare those things in a way that wakiziangalia, wanasema, yes, this is the kind of thing we want. Iko sawa. Because you have made the requirement, you understand why they're asking. Si ati kukupunish. Watu wengine wanakuanga so negative in their mind that anything to them is a bother. Last question or comment, so we pray. Umejaribu sana leo by. Wow. We still have 13 people na ila masaa imeenda namna hiyo. Okay. Hey, it's almost 11. Tafadhali, my co-host. Peter. Last one. Orina. Naona mkono juu. Nataka kuuliza ama ilikuwa ni ya zamani? Uja lower the hand.
Okay. You getting me?
Yes.
A short one, eh? If I want now to register for that non-skilled for nursing, what do I need to do?
It's simple. This is how you pay. But the best thing to do is just go to our website. You go to our website and azimainstitute.com.
Yeah.
Then all the instructions are there.
Okay.
All the instructions are there. azimainstitute.com.
Okay.
And then you pick this. You pick Azima caregiving and assisted living. So you'll see all the requirements, even how to pay, where to pay, how to enter. Kila kitu. We are automated.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
So you can actually follow that. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So right now there are so many jobs we are having. So if somebody is willing, we can be able to assist. And I came in with a lot. In fact, there are even Kenyans who are there who have given me money to sponsor some people for tickets to go to the US, because I told them the biggest hindrance we're having is people to afford the ticket. They gave me money to pay tickets for some people, but I'm having a problem also because I don't know what criteria to use. Because ukitumia pesa wenyewe na ushindi wa kazi itakuwa namna gani? So I don't know. Wengine wanasema wanaweza lipia watu hata hiyo fees ya kusoma, lakini sasa utaleta mtu asome alafu ashindwe kupita na ushalipia yeye. So utaonekana nikamwambia hapana, hiyo I don't want to go. Itaonekana kama mimi ndio na kuwa nakuwa crooked. I'm not straight. Because umeleta mtu, umechukua mtu, umelipia unaambia lipia huyu asome, lakini akifika kumaliza akikuwa assessed hawezi qualify. Some people don't want to work. Because hii ile certificate unaingia tu ukimaliza the hours unapewa. You must actually put in the effort. It's easy because they are skills. Mimi nilifanya na nikapita. So nilifanyia US, najua accent ya huko ni tofauti. Hapa tunakufundisha vizuri because even the trainers in the US ni watu wanaongea accent yetu. They are not that watu wanaongea accent ya huko ate usamwazi don't shika. And they are very good, and we discuss and we talk and we do everything. So ukikuwa na moyo utafanya. I've actually trained people who never even finished class 7 and they have passed class 7. So failing is just lack of initiative. You know, Kenyans are lazy. Some Kenyans are lazy anyway. So kama mtu ako lazy sasa hiyo utafanya nini? Hiyo utaachana naye. So tafadhali, this is a way of doing it. And for those who may not know, if you take a snapshot of this, these are our contacts. You can always get in touch with me tomorrow or the day after. The number 722-516-896 itakuja kwangu. Most of the time, ukitaka kunishika, adikia mimi WhatsApp. Don't call me because I train. I am in training most of the time. And I cannot take calls. Since I came in here, I have been training. Ile message zimekuja. 516-722, I always have it. So 0705 inakuwa na my PA. Huyo anaweza shika simu sometimes, lakini pia yeye anaweza kuwa overwhelmed. Kwa hivyo starting a conversation on WhatsApp is better than calling direct. Then I normally tell people when I'm not occupied, you can call me. Lakini you start by calling. Some people call and alafu niko na training wanasema wewe uchukuagi simu ulinigino. I don't ignore. I will not ignore anyone. I always take calls when I'm able to. But most of the time I'm training. So I just request that you understand my situation, because you can't be able to. I cannot be interrupting presentation to talk to phone. Ati nipige simu, nichukue simu sababu umepiga. Lakini ukiniandikia nitakuelezea when I can even call you back. I do. So tafadhali, don't write WhatsApp because I know SMS. I don't read SMS. I read WhatsApp. I don't like SMS because you don't even know kama mtu alipata message ya kupata. I normally like WhatsApp because unaona saa ile mtu amesoma message, unaona inaenda green, blue, green, unajua hiyo mtu amepata. Na inakwambia kama iko delivered. Lakini SMS, I don't like it. You can also write an email. So an email pia nitasoma, iwe ina azimia1@gmail.com. So lakini the most appropriate for me ni WhatsApp. Hiyo inakuanga very quick. Kwa hivyo choice is yours, and I hope that it has been worth your time. I want to appreciate you for coming. We've just got back, so we'll be having every week, every Tuesday, we'll be having these talks. I want to share. I have a lot more. Today was just a highlight, and we want to move to action. What do we do with all this information? That is where I want us to go. So we'll be together, I promise. So if you are able to come back next week, please come, and we appreciate you. If you are able to tell your friend to come in, if you like what we are doing here, because we want to change, we want to improve. So I'll continue. This is my way of giving to society. This is a free session. We don't charge anything. And if you want to engage me on a more engaging level, I do. I'm a consultant, I'm a coach. So I coach, I mentor, I teach, I train. So I do other things. So you can get in touch with me, and then you see what you can do. And if you go to our website, you're going to see more of our activities. With that, thank you very much. Over to my co-host, and thank you very much, Tenant, for taking it up, and your help and your sharing. We need more people who can share. Now, wanaume pia muamuke. Unaona ladies, ladies, I like ladies because our ladies are very proactive. Lakini wanaume sijui tuligongwa wapi. Nakuwa na anyway. Let me leave it there. And thank you very much. Bye-bye. Tenant?
Thank you so much, Coach. I don't think kuna mahali wanaume wamegongwa. I think tumewapampa sana. We need to just push them out to the cold. So just to I'm sorry for that, wanaume. Tunawapenda tu bado. So to that bit, we just come to an end. I think the Q&A marks the end. If you have more details, more questions, more inquiries, as Coach has mentioned it, just write a message on WhatsApp. He will surely reply. So till next time, we are done for now, and we're just going to end with a prayer because it was by God's grace that we've come this far. So let us pray for a minute, and then we end it at that. So our Father in heaven, we come before you this evening. We want to thank you because of the grace that you've given us to be here this evening. We've had a session. It has been interactive. It's been an eye-opener. It's been educative, and we are grateful. We don't take it for granted. So Lord God, we come before you. We just ask that God, you give us the capacity and capability and even the will to start it, oh God. I know there's nothing that we start with you that can go in vain. There's nothing that would go to the south, because everything that starts with you is going to be a manifestation of a very big outcome. So God, we look unto you. We rely on you. We want to do everything according to your will. So give us grace, dear Father, because we just humans and we are short of your glory. Thank you because of everyone who's attended. God, give them ability, even the financial breakthrough, to be on this journey. Thank you because God, you still remain to be our God. You still our creator. In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray, trusting and believing. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you very much. And good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.